Probably the biggest frustration with the Alpha 100 was the fact that you had to use the touchscreen for everything. And touchscreens are cool, but there's some issues with that in the field. Garmin's done a really nice job of giving us some new options on ways to avoid using the touchscreen. We've talked about some of them, especially with the raising and lowering stimulation, and also the ability to change dogs without having to use the touchscreen. From an e-collar standpoint, that's phenomenal. But if you don't like using the touchscreen at all, or you find it frustrating in the field, there's a setup that you can do that will allow you to pretty much avoid using the touchscreen all the time. I'm going to go through and show you a couple of ways to do that. All right, so I've got two dogs in the system right now. I've got a green dog and I've got a black dog. They're both set up as tone continuous and momentary. I'm going to leave those two alone. I'm not going to change anything on the e-collar setup, but I'm going to make it where I don't have to use the touchscreen and where I can have the touchscreen locked the majority of the time. So to do that, we go over here to our training setup, and we're going to go to training keys, and then we're going to start on our third line here. All right, so we're going to do application, and we're going to start with the dog tracker. All right, so that's your compass. All right, and then on the middle button, we're going to go to applications, and we're going to go to the map. All right, and then on the third screen, we're going to add an application, and we're going to go down here to new hunt. All right, so now on your training bar, I've got my black dog, I've got my green dog, and then I've got these commands. And using the buttons for your touchscreen, you can actually go to the compass, go to the map, and then you can also start a new hunt. All right, now touchscreen's still active, but I've got the ability to do those things without it. So let's make a change here. In the field, you're going to use the compass and you use the map a lot, but you're probably not going to use the new hunt. So let's get rid of that. Okay, so we've removed the start new hunt, and we're going to add a utility. So toggle screen lock. All right. Now we've got compass, we've got map. So compass, map, and then we've got a lock screen and an unlock screen button. So basically what this does is it toggles between locked and unlocked. So right now I've got it locked, I can't do anything, but I press this button and now I can use the touchscreen. So if you're one of those folks that gets frustrated with having to use the device in the field, now you have the ability to shut the touchscreen on and off using a button instead of, it used to be you had to use the side button and it was a little clunky. So right now I've got it here as a utility. So now the screen is locked, but I can still compass, and I can still map, and then I can also stim. So this makes it, the touchscreen is not going to do anything in the field. And so that's, one of those things that's perfect. The problem with having the touchscreen active in the field is, there's a couple of problems. The biggest problem is it depends on how you carry the device. A lot of folks like to carry the device inside a pocket, or they like to carry it around their neck, and that causes the unit to move around. And the problem is that the touchscreen is sensitive enough that if it's moving around on you, things can happen with the touchscreen. And a lot of times you'll look down and the screen has gone through multiple things and you have no idea even where you are in the unit. To fix that, I wear mine on my non-shooting side, so it's on my left side, and it's clipped onto my vest and it's facing out. And that way, it's unlikely that anything's going to touch it until I take it off and I go from there. I seldom lock the screen just because I really didn't need to, having it positioned there. But a lot of folks don't like that. Now that we have the option of being able to use buttons for commands and still being able to stim with the screen being locked, you can actually just, lock the touch screen, and then you have the ability, if you need to use it, you can go in and change that and then lock it again. And it's a really simple lock, unlike the Alpha 100, which to me the lock was a little more complicated. It also had this warning function that was very irritating, and they've made it where that is not as in your face. So this is a great way for folks that just get frustrated with the movement of the touchscreen. You can set it up, and then you can use it in the field, and then you can still activate the touchscreen when you need it, but the times that you don't, it's not going to do anything. And so that's just one of the great changes to this product. And so you're not limited either. I've right now in my training setup, I've got 2 collars and I've got one choice of applications here. But if you want to, you can go back into your training setup and your training keys, and you can add another row of things. So it's one of those things where it depends. If you do a lot of waypoints, we can go in here and we can mark a waypoint, and we can go in here and we can access our dog list, and then we can also do a new hunt. Okay, and then say you're also doing a lot of messages, and so we go over here and we add that in. All right, and so just you can put as much in here as you want, and that way. Anything that you want moving around on the device, it's really simple to do, and so it just gives you to me it's the best of both worlds, because we've got the ability to use the touchscreen when we need it, but it's not going to accidentally get used, and that's just it's a great feature in this particular product.